Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada Easing. On the phone with me today is a mysterious ancient metal band, Dendura. Hi Dendura, I really dig how your band name encompasses the ancient lost Egyptian city and temple, Dendura, and represents Hathor with all of its mystical magical powers to bring music to life. Can you tell us about Dendura's successful journey with your debut album, New Life, from the signing of Killzone Records to attracting film directors?
Yeah, good you did your homework on our band name. A lot of people don't know. I'm actually part Egyptian, so that's why we decided to go with an Egyptian name for the band. And we do mix it in with our music as well. That scale that they use, it's called a harmonic minor scale. And basically we started out in 2004. It was just me and Steve Wethy, who are the remaining members right now from the original lineup. And it just took us a couple years to get the right lineup together. And then we put out New Life on a very small budget, so we just funded it all ourselves, and it's actually started selling pretty well out of the country. Like, let's see, the UK, some of them sold in Egypt, some of them sold in Germany, Belgium, mostly out in Europe. And then it became a top seller at Sonic Cathedral, soniccathedral.com. It's a female music superstore.
Okay.
And they sell, some more obscure metal, like After Forever, Epica, that kind of music, some metal. And then Killzone started noticing us and paying attention, and we started talking. Then we did some film scoring work, and we did some composing for a couple movies, one called Broken, and another one called New Directions, and some other ones that are indie films. And then we just got on the label deal. We signed a one-album deal, and we're working on our new album now.
Now, you said your current lineup changed, but is it still Steve Wethy on guitars, yourself, Aziza Amy Poggi on vocals, keyboards, Stephen Sten on guitar, Justin Lee Dixon on drums, and Jason Stevens on bass?
That is our lineup right now, yeah.
Okay.
The original lineup was just me, Steve, and Steve is still with us, of course. And it had a different drummer and a different bass player.
I love your name, Aziza. Does that have any correlation to Egyptian meaning or themes or terms?
It's an Arabic name.
Okay.
Very common in the Middle East to have that name, so it just means beloved. So yeah. Thank you.
What Dendura soundtracks will be appearing on the upcoming CD compilations?
The CD compilations we had done?
Yes.
We did one with Sonic Cathedral, and our song Isis is on there.
Okay.
And we did one for femininity and ferocity, and that you can find at femmetal.com. It's a UK website. And they put the song Symphony on there. And we did one on Prague Power, and that was also Symphony.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With the Dendura Familia all together, what's a crazy day like at rehearsals in the recording studio?
Well, we have very vast different personalities. A few of us are extremely eccentric, and a couple of us are really laid back. So it gets interesting. Just the personalities are so, like I said, they're so different. The ideas that we all have might be different from one another's, but we all work together very well, and we all gel our ideas all into one, and we always go, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good idea. Like someone might have an idea for a song, and I might be like, oh, why don't you try tribal drums there, or try something like this there, and then they go with it, and there's the song. So
that's awesome, and it's good to experiment and get a different mix in.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. This group is very interesting. So my thing is, I'm a woman, and there's no other women in the band. Mm-hmm. So I can't talk about some things with them that you talk with women about.
Exactly.
So I get picked on a lot. Give them enough of my own medicine as well. So that's all good.
I understand that your influences are Symphony X, Nevermore, Jeff Loomis, Orphan Land, Dream Theater, and Queensryche. Has anyone ever mentioned that there's a little bit of older Metallica that can be detected in your influences?
No one has ever said that, no. But we do like Metallica. Every one of us do. So it doesn't surprise me, especially with the guitar playing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I know the band, this might surprise you, but we really liked the Black album quite a bit, mm-hmm. Which actually was where Metallica basically split up their fan base.
Yes, true. No.
You know, to us, we love that album. We love anything, their early work, and we love that album a lot.
Yeah, I like their old stuff and their newer stuff. They rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't heard the new stuff at all yet. I have to get online and check them out. But yeah, I haven't not heard the last 2 CDs. Yeah.
Who writes your songs, and what inspirations do you express in your themes?
Who writes the music? We all really do. Sometimes I'll come up with a vocal melody idea, and the guys feed off of that. Sometimes I'll, come up with an idea off the keyboard and feed off that. But really for this album, I really have to give credit to mostly Steve and Paul on this album, because the guitarists, those are the two guitarists in the band, pretty much wrote 95% of this album.
Wow.
Yeah. And they just came up with all these brilliant ideas. There's a ton of guitar harmonies and more solos and more, longer songs, and, they have multiple parts. It's a vast difference from New Life. It's really broadened, our musicianship and myself vocally as well.
I would imagine. With a team effort, it's great that everybody works together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, I love that idea, too. I love it, too. I didn't even pick up my keyboard for this album at all. So there's not going to be really any keys on it. If we do, it's going to be very light. But, you have to change it up. You really do.
Yeah, that's true. Have you completed any tours since the release of New Life? And do you sell CDs and Dendura merchandise at your live shows?
We sell everything there, like shot glasses, T-shirts, CDs, what else? Posters. Mm-hmm. Your normal stuff. And then we did some very light touring, mostly festivals. We still have day jobs, so we really only were gigging mostly on the weekends and going out of state. So most of that, after this album's done, we're going to try and actually do a real tour for 2 weeks, and we're planning on going to Europe in the fall of 2009.
Awesome. Do you plan to make musical videos from the New Life soundtracks?
We did, our own scoring, separate from New Life. We actually did composing work. We did some work for Comedy Central, actually, where we were hired to remake In the Hall of the Mountain King.
Okay, cool. So
we did that, yeah, and that was nice. We did that right before last Christmas, and yeah, we really needed it. And then we actually just, some filmmaker said, hey, we want something real ethereal, and, I just sit by a piano and compose something and send it over, and they said, oh yeah, add a little bit more of this or that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's nice to do.
What song tracks from New Life are creating a buzz in the media, on radio stations, and where can we request Dendura music?
You mean like the songs that are more popular on New Life?
Yes, that are being...
Okay. Isis is a really high request. We always play that song. It's one of my favorites anyway. And Symphony is a big request. And actually, I Have a Gun, which is the song that kind of doesn't really fit on the album.
Mm-hmm.
It does and it doesn't. It has more of a radio-friendly sound, but it has nice heavy keys still, so you can definitely still tell it's us. But it's not our format that we stick to anymore. That's more verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, chorus. Mm-hmm. And we've really, now we might have an intro, a verse, a different kind of verse, different from the first verse, like Queensryche would do that a lot to their songs. Guitar solo, maybe another guitar solo, and some harmonies, and, breakdowns, all sorts of crazy things in there. But yeah, I Have a Gun is actually a very, very, off that CD, still a popular track. You can get our CD through Sonic Cathedral. You can get it autographed through them, soniccathedral.com.
Okay.
And you can help keep us a bestseller if you buy through them there. And you're going to get it at CD Baby as well. And also Nightmare Music.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
It's a distribution company that took on New Life. Or you can get it at a show.
Okay, and that's where fans can access everything online. Global fans and international fans as well? Okay.
Absolutely.
Has Dendura had the chance to work on any new material, and do you plan to come out with a full-length album in the future?
Well, we're working on that right now. We're going to finish recording this coming month and then the middle of November. And we're working with Neil Kernan. He's a Grammy award-winning record producer. He worked with Nevermore and Queensryche and Judas Priest. And that album will be done in early 2009, and we got about maybe 10 songs, maybe 11 that are going on that album.
Sweet, that's cool.
Yeah, and we're writing more even right now that aren't even going to make it on the album. But we're just writing right now a lot. We're in creative mood, so
that's the best way to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're writing our next album already. So, yeah.
I understand that your main website, www.dendura.com, is still being designed, and I was curious about the design. Now, when I think of the name and I think of the look, I just wanted to ask, like, how it will be laid out. Will it be laid out like Dendura, the temple, with all the gods, including Hathor, including the chambers within the temple?
It will definitely be Egyptian theme, and we actually put in the Dendura zodiac into a lot of our material, our promo material. It probably will have the Temple of Dendura with Hathor involved in the website. It's down right now because we had really bad luck with web designers.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So my drummer took control of it, and he's fixing it up, and, it's just not broadcasted right now. We're actually soundproofing our basement, and, we're very busy right now, so we haven't had time to update it or launch it, really. But, yeah, we just had horrible luck with web designers. Yeah, we're
sad
done
to
with
hear.
it, so we're just doing it ourselves.
I'm my own webmaster, and out of my art business, I do other clients as well, web designs, and a lot of it is Flash. A lot of what they want is Flash on the website. A Flash effect to take you in one area and take you out of another area. Some use galleries for their sites because it depends on if it's an antique business or what type of business it is to suit the needs of the client. When I think of your website, I think of like a gaming device where it fades out into one room and fades into another room and all these different chambers. I don't know why I visualize that. I just do.
Huh. That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
It's just the way the band and all the logos are laid out. I can just visualize what the website is going to look like, and I can just see, this is going to be really good.
Yeah, he's very, very creative. He's actually a film student as well. Mm-hmm. So he edits all our videos that we do online that you see. And he's making a documentary behind the scenes. He's very, very, very skilled in that. So, and I actually have done some acting as well. So I'm used to being around film people and directors and editors and producers. So yeah, he's definitely knows what he's doing. So it's going to take him a little while to do the website because obviously that's a little different than editing.
That's true.
Scenery
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool.
But it's worth the wait, and I can't wait to see it when it's completed.
Oh, I will let you know.
Okay, for sure.
I'll be sure.
Yeah. Now, before we wrap up our interview, do you have any last words?
Well, I guess I would just tell everybody to check us out on MySpace until our website is complete. And you can find us at, myspace.com/Dendura Band and just keep supporting music. I guess I also would like to say, I'm not a preacher by any means with the digital downloading, free downloading, but it definitely does put pain in our pockets when people do that. So if you love us, buy our music.
Or book you for a live show.
Yes, exactly. Yes, it's hurting the entire industry. So, buy a T-shirt if you're going to do something like that. Do something to make up for it.
Thank you, Aziza, for allowing our HMTV Canada e-zine to interview Dendura. You rock, and I hope to see Aziza come to Canada someday and play.
Oh, thank you so much. We will. We'll work on it.
That'd be awesome. I look forward to it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, thank you a lot. Have a good night.